Week 5 NFL Sunday. Welcome to pregame.tv. We're talking about the Ravens and the Chiefs from Arrowhead on this one. And Brian, the Ravens, they're a 6.5-point favorite after opening 6, the total 46.5. And everyone's been talking, at least through the first 3 weeks, about the turnovers for the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, they finally were able to play a game without turning the ball over this last time in Week 4, but now we got the Chiefs. Through 4 games, through 16 quarters of play, this team has 15 turnovers in just 4 weeks of action. And I'm sitting here going, I can't lay the points here with the Ravens. What do you think about this one? Can you push those turnover issues aside and maybe go with the underdog here?
That's the problem here, because who's going to win the turnover battle? I know you can't predict turnovers, but Baltimore's a team who's only lost turnover battle once all year. Kansas City's not only losing the turnover battle, it's 2, 3, 4 a game.
Right. In fact, every game so far, at least 3 turnovers, and they had 6. And one of those, Marco, many people projected I almost said KFC. KC.
KFC, all right. There we go.
Chicken this year.
Last week when I was doing VR, I was doing VR last week, didn't make one single reference to food. I'm here with Marco. I'm trying to say KC, I say KFC.
You just look at his face and think food. What the hell?
Anyway, the bottom line is that a lot of people projected Kansas City, KC, to win the AFC West this year, and I was one of them that thought they'd be there at the top of the division, fighting it out in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. Now, they're still in the AFC West. They still have a chance to win this division or to get back in it, but they've got to win this game here against Baltimore.
They do, but part of the problem that's happened with Kansas City this year is they've had so many defensive injuries that they're getting torched on the defensive side of the ball. So when you fall behind, you got to then you got to open up the offense. You got to abandon their bread and butter, run the ball first. And Matt Castle, I mean, has there been, I think of him and I think back to all the bust of the quarterbacks that have had those couple games where they've had to, come in for injury, do well, and sign big contracts. And you never hear of them again. They're total bust. But he's been a bust, I think, for Kansas City. And what's happened, you fall behind, you force the issue, the turnovers, and the games get out of hand. Now they're facing a Baltimore team that we all know they're known for their defense, but not anymore. This is a new Baltimore Ravens team. They're throwing the ball. They're playing a hurry-up offense, and I have nothing in the game. This is, your pick. Good luck to you on picking a side. I think there's more value in a total in this game.
You did say something on one of the first preview radio shows that we do way back in Week 1. It was going into Week 1. I think we were previewing those opening week of games, and you had mentioned about Baltimore's aging defense and the fact that they're going to have to be on the field in all likelihood more often than they ever have before because of this no-huddle offense that they are running under Joe Flacco. It's great for Joe Flacco. He did this at Delaware, and so it was his comfort zone to get into that kind of offense with Baltimore. But the defense has been giving up a ton of yardage on the ground. And what has Kansas City done, even though they've turned the ball over? Got a pretty nice running game going on right now. And, Brian, in fact, overall yardage, they're a top 5 offense right now.
You take a look at their defense when you look at yardage. They're giving up less than 300 yards in some of these games, even though their opponents are getting the ball 3, 4 more times than they are. So I'm not faulting the defense at all, even though they have had some injuries.
Bottom line is this team is 1-3. They've had the injuries on defense, but I think Baltimore equates that with Terrell Suggs. One guy means a big difference to what Baltimore can do against the run. It's your free pick. Who do you got here, Brian?
Take a look at these games for Baltimore lately. They start the season off. They play Cincinnati, Monday Night Football, Philadelphia, New England, Sunday Night Football with playoff revenge, Cleveland, Thursday Night Football. After this, they have Dallas and Houston. What game do they not care about? Probably this game against Kansas City. I mean, it's a situation right here. Got to hold your nose and play the Chiefs. This line's continuing going up. Maybe we'll see a 7. I'll play Kansas City.
I love ugly dogs. Brian Leonard says his best, no jokes. Yeah. Brian Leonard says his best bet is to take Kansas City if you can get the 6.5, especially also at 6. For Brian Leonard, for Marco D'Angelo, I'm Scott Spreitzer. Stick around all Sunday long. More Sunday football to come, including Sunday night action, and then, of course, Monday night right here at pregame.tv.